A lot of marketers today, a lot of self-employed marketers are terrified of artificial intelligence. They are watching as artificial intelligence makes websites, hook those websites up to lead generators, hook those lead generators up to CRMs, and the copy is automatically written on those nurture emails. And you have probably done some doomsday, downward spiral thinking that your job is over, you are being replaced in about 18 months. Everything went away. You are not going to be able to feed your family. You're never going to be able to retire. You're going to have to go get a job as a garbage man, whatever that is. I know that you're terrified. I want to tell you right now, you don't have to be. The marketers that we certify at StoryBrand are actually doing better now than they've ever done before in the age of AI, utilizing AI, in fact. And you can do the same. Today's webinar, we're going to talk about how artificial intelligence does not have to disrupt your business, certainly doesn't have to destroy your business, but it can actually help you build your business better and more successful than ever before. So stick with me. Hey everybody, my name is Donald Miller. I wrote a book called Building a StoryBrand, and I have certified over 1,000 StoryBrand certified coaches. StoryBrand is a messaging framework that helps you clarify your message. People read the book, Building a StoryBrand. Over 1 million people have read it. They come to me, they say, Don, can you make my website? And I say, no, I can't, but I've certified over 1,000 coaches who can, and they have made a lot of money. One of the things that our coaches are concerned about, and you as a professional marketer are likely very concerned about, is artificial intelligence. So today's webinar, we're going to talk all about how to disrupt-proof your marketing business from artificial intelligence. Listen, today's marketers are very concerned about a few things. One is AI going to take their jobs away? The answer to that, as we get into this, is yes and no. You're going to have to pivot a little bit, but there's an opportunity, if you do pivot, to make even more money and to offer even more value to your clients. They're also not sure how to utilize AI in their day-to-day work, so we're going to talk about that. And they're watching as their customers turn to AI for faster, cheaper solutions. You've likely had some panic about this. If you stick around this webinar, you're not going to be panicked by the end of it. I'm going to calm you down, I promise. They're struggling with clients undervaluing their services or negotiating rates down in the age of AI. They're feeling burned out and hitting a wall. Imagine building a marketing business and then AI just comes and takes your job away. You would feel like the gods, the Greek gods, are after you. But there's a solution, and the solution is pretty simple. I want you to add marketing strategists to your business card. Add marketing strategists to your business card. The reality is, if you are making websites, writing lead generators, writing nurture emails, writing sales emails, creating logos, all that stuff that's being taken away, your customer doesn't need that anymore. Most of them don't even realize they can do this basically for free with AI, so we'll keep getting business for a long time. However, the reality is you are charging somebody a lot of money for something that they can get for free. They just don't know they can get it for free, and that may be bothering your conscience a little bit. What everybody needs and will always need and will never go away is a strategist. That is somebody to tell me how to use AI, whether to use AI, and honestly, quite honestly, use AI for me. All I really need are the results. And so the way I look at this, marketing strategists like you, marketing coaches like you, marketing freelancers like you, fractional chief marketing directors, fractional chief marketing operators, they need to know AI inside and out because it makes their workload much easier, much faster, much quicker, and much more valuable to the end client. So business owners need a strategist more than ever. They are wondering what marketing collateral works in the age of AI. They're wondering what should be created first. They're wondering when should we launch what. They are wondering what do good results actually look like. And they're wondering how can we leverage AI to automate some of our marketing processes. They're also wondering, is AI getting our messaging actually right? And they're not going to actually figure any of that out without somebody helping them with strategy. Not only that, but as all marketing gets good and all marketing looks the same, how do you actually differentiate? And what you need is a strategist. So we are strongly recommending that our StoryBrand coaches go from making websites and making lead generators and coming up with taglines and making logos to doing all of that, and though in a dominant way positioning themselves as marketing strategists, fractional marketing officers. What we found is our coaches, StoryBrand certified coaches, who have successfully pivoted just slightly into the marketing strategy realm out of just the freelance marketing collateral realm have seen significant increases in revenue, significant increases in customer satisfaction. They're making a lot of money becoming strategists. So your job as a marketer is to act as a fractional chief marketing officer or fractional marketing director. That's how you want to think of yourself. You want to think strategy plus marketing creation plus marketing execution is now what your job is all about. Okay, how do we help you at StoryBrand do this? What is the StoryBrand Coach Certification? It's a new program designed to help you implement the StoryBrand framework with clients, helps you simplify marketing for your clients while delivering measurable results. It's a proven system that scales, no more reinventing the wheel, and it's going to help you position yourself as a trusted marketing consultant. All right, if you're not familiar with StoryBrand, what is StoryBrand? Well, most people know of it as a book. The book has sold well over 1 million copies. It's about 8 years old. I just came out with Building a StoryBrand 2.0. That is on track to sell over 100,000 copies the 9th year it existed. That's a phenomenal rate of sales. And it's mainly because people just don't know how to talk about their business, and this framework helps them talk about their business. Specifically, it helps them fill out a brand script. A brand script are 7 categories of talking points. Think 7 categories of sound bites that any business can repeat over and over. They can repeat it in person, they can repeat it in keynote presentations, they can repeat it on their website, they can repeat these talking points in lead generators and emails, on, in webinars and live streams and live events. You repeat these sound bites and people finally understand why it is that they need your business. Now, what's interesting is we used to help people do this all the time. We do one-day StoryBrand workshops where they write a brand script. They'd read the book and spend all day and sometimes all week figuring out their sound bites. And we have replaced ourselves. We've actually replaced the hand-holding to create your sound bites with StoryBrand.ai. This was very controversial when we announced we were coming out with StoryBrand.ai because our 1,000 coaches said, wait a second, we are all making websites, we're all writing copy, we're all writing lead generators, and you're replacing us with something called StoryBrand.ai. They were very upset about it. However, about 80% of them stuck around and said, we trust you. And we began to position our StoryBrand certified coaches as marketing directors, marketing strategists, marketing officers, and they are crushing it, even in the age of StoryBrand.ai. StoryBrand.ai creates that brand script for you really, really easy. But what we emphasized was shift from service provider to strategic partner. Use the StoryBrand framework and StoryBrand.ai to move from service provider to strategist. Think of yourself as a strategist. You already are a strategist. You may not know it yet, but you are one. You're going to deliver more value and you're going to charge higher rates for strategy. You make more from marketing strategy than you do by making a website because strategy is where the money is at for your client, not just for you. You're going to leverage the most trusted marketing brand on the planet. StoryBrand is the most trusted messaging and marketing brand anywhere. So let me explain to you how we at StoryBrand get you business and convince people, the 1 million people who've read my book, that they need to hire somebody like you. We actually put out on the market something called the StoryBrand Marketing Checklist. So if you go to StoryBrand.ai, thousands of small business owners and large business owners are using StoryBrand.ai already. It's been phenomenally successful at a monthly clip. People pay $49 a month to be inside of the platform. We've seen thousands of people already sign up. It's not a very old platform, it's very new, but inside the platform, and even on the landing page, if you don't get inside the platform, is the StoryBrand Marketing Checklist. This is a 21-page marketing checklist that has all sorts of stuff in it that you need to create if you want to grow your business. We're talking about wireframing a website, writing nurture emails, writing sales emails, coming up with taglines, writing product copy, think product descriptions for catalogs, product packaging copy, think taglines that would go on each of your products. Basically words. StoryBrand.ai does all the words for you, and it does a heck of a good job. What it doesn't do is it doesn't get the words on the package. It doesn't decide when you're actually going to launch the product. It doesn't decide how you're going to launch the product, meaning, are we going to have a bonus if you buy it? Are we going to have a bonus if you download the lead generator? Are we going to do a webinar? Are we going to do a live stream? What are the dates of this thing coming out? What needs to be pushed back so that we can get this done and focus on it? That is all marketing strategist job, and AI does not do that. Now, the reality is, you can actually go to StoryBrand.ai or Perplexity or ChatGPT and say, look, I just got a client. They're going to launch a line of blue jeans, and help me come up with a lead generator idea, a timeline, help me come up with the sales email, the proposal that I would send them in order to sign me as a marketing director. All of that, AI can handle that for you. So if you're not using AI to just get business and get the basic documents, then you should be using AI for that. And then we will write the copy for you. You run the strategy, and you charge $2,500 to $5,000 or $7,500 a month in order to run that strategy. You are incredibly worth it, by the way. You understand marketing, you know it works, you know it's a waste of time, you know what good words are, you know what bad words are, you know what things should look like. AI is just like a mathematician with a calculator. It's just gonna make you do a much better job. The business has not gone away. What we have found is that our coaches who are pivoting to more strategy than execution are making more money than they ever made doing execution. They're making that money more consistently, more reliably, and they're making more of it. Why? Not because they're ripping people off, because they're actually worth more than they used to be. And AI is doing all the grunt work, all the labor. So definitely, we send people the StoryBrand Marketing Checklist, we ask them to download it, and then we send them to StoryBrand certified coaches to execute on that checklist, right? So here's what you get with StoryBrand coach certification. You get step-by-step training on how to implement StoryBrand and StoryBrand.ai with clients. You get ongoing support and coaching to refine your coaching skills. You get business growth tools to help you attract high-paying clients and scale your business. We're gonna give you a bunch of lead generators, a bunch of emails, use of a CRM. If you aren't already using a CRM, we have one that you can use. You also get an exclusive community of other certified coaches. Nobody signs up for something like this because of the community, but they stick around because of the community. Our retention rate on our coaches is 70 to 80%. It's incredibly high. And the number one reason for that is they just love the other coaches. Scaling your business without a StoryBrand coach certification is actually pretty darn difficult. It's going to take you longer with more trial and error. And by the way, AI is just going to railroad you and take all your money. There's no consistent process to repeatedly use with clients. It's harder to stand out and define your value proposition, so on and so on. Now, once you become a StoryBrand certified coach, there's a lot of things that you can do. You have a lot of existing offers. You can add the StoryBrand messaging workshop to existing services. We charge $20,000 every time we deliver this workshop. Now, you can charge that. Use the StoryBrand framework to learn more about your clients quickly. Once they create a brand script, you'll have a really good idea of what it is they are trying to sell. And then you can send them a proposal, a 6-month proposal. And by the way, when that 6-month proposal is over, let's say that 6-month proposal is $35,000 to run a product launch or to overhaul their current marketing campaign. Or, we hired one of our coaches, we hired one of our coaches recently, sat around in the conference room. We sell 4 major products. 3 of them are going like gangbusters. The other one is slow. So we actually hired one of our coaches and paid them to come to Nashville and sit in our conference room and help us understand why our offer wasn't exactly right, because it's an amazing product, why our apps were so high but we weren't closing them. And we were able to reframe the way we talk about that product and rewireframe the website, come up with new lead generators, come up with new emails, come up with new sales talking points. And we anticipate, we don't know yet, but we anticipate that sales on that product will go way up. That is the sort of thing you want to start offering. You want to be a marketing strategist, and that product alone is worth about $20,000. You can offer some new stuff, StoryBrand messaging and marketing workshops, one-on-one coaching and group masterminds. You probably never thought about this as a marketing person, but imagine charging $800 a month to small business owners to sit in a room with 10 other small business owners and talk about marketing and messaging for every 2 weeks for 6 months. That's 12 meetings. And by the way, you're upselling all of them to fractional CMO or fractional marketing director positions. Fractional CMO services are incredibly, incredibly valuable. Let's just talk real quick, though, before we move on, about the difference between what AI can do and what you can do. I was recently talking to a potential client on a webinar. Actually, they are a client. They pay me for a digital service. But they have a kid's gym, where kids come and they play around on tumbling equipment and gymnastics equipment. It's called Emeth Gym. And so when I asked, what does Emeth Gym mean? They said Emeth is a Hebrew word for something. I can't even remember what it was. And I said, okay, that's mistake number one. You've got a Hebrew word that nobody knows what it means is the name of your company. So I don't know if you can change that, but if you actually just say Emeth Kids Activity Gym and make the words Kids Activity a lot larger and make it colorful, you are going to see probably a dramatic increase in the number of people who walk through your door. Because Emeth Gym doesn't mean anything, but Emeth Kids Activity Gym does. What I want is activity for my kid. AI is not going to figure that out. We need a human strategist to do that. Now, AI can help you come up with a lead generator to lead people there, but it's not going to do what I just did. Another thing that they said, I said, who's the villain? Who's the villain in your customer story? And they said, well, we really pit ourselves against gyms who dial down on specialized sports, football, soccer, baseball, things like that. We're an overall activity gym. And what I said to them is similar to what you'd say to them. No parent has ever woken up in the morning and said, I can't stand gyms that dial into, that hone in on specific sports. I need a general activity gym. That has never happened. You are thinking of that from your perspective. From your perspective as the gym owner, you are seeing the difference between you and them, and that's the differentiator for you in your mind. It's not a differentiator in your customer's mind. They don't care about it. If you're looking for a villain that your perfect customer is challenged with, and by the way, is killing their family, it's screens, it's iPhones, iPads, television screens, computer screens. That's what's making kids inactive. So if you actually position Emeth Kids Activity Gym, make the words Kids Activity really big, as the antidote to screens, meaning everybody who comes in gets a one-pager about screens and how they're causing inactivity and health problems in kids and the inability to focus and the inability to socialize, and make screens the enemy and make Emeth Kids Activity Gym the antidote to screens, I would imagine you would double in business. I can't imagine you wouldn't do that. So what do we need to do as a strategy there? Well, we need to say Emeth Kids Activity Gym really big. And then we need to have a sign on the door that just says no screens allowed, because screens cause inactivity. Now we're positioning ourselves as the antidote to their number one problem. Then we need to actually say to anybody who leaves, looks like you guys have been here for a couple hours. That's 2 more hours your kids weren't looking at screens. Congratulations, mom and dad. And we train our staff to do that, to say that, which all of this increases the value by massive amounts psychologically of those parents who are paying that monthly fee for that gym. Everything that I just told you, watching this webinar, will work. You know that will probably double the revenue of that gym if you have that strategy. AI would not have come up with it. It just wouldn't have come up with it. It won't come up with it 10 years from now. I really don't think it will. You came up with it. And now what you can do is use AI to create a lead generator, use AI to create that one page about kids in activity. You can use AI to come up with the talking points that Emeth Gym employees will say to the parents. You can use AI to come up with the questionnaire that asks how many hours they're looking at screens, or on a scale of 1 to 10, how big is the screen problem in your house? I have a 3.5-year-old. It's huge. AI is not going to do that for you. You need a strategist to come up with that, and AI can help the strategist execute, but it's the strategy that's worth a lot. Now, if you would have come to me and said, Don, we've got this gym, Emeth Gym, and we need a new website, I might charge you 10 grand for that. But if it's an overall strategy that involves your website, your lead generator, the talking points your team members use, the intake form, the signage that positions us as the antidote to screens, that's $50,000 over the course of a year for us to execute a long-range strategy. And by the way, AI can be used to create that strategy, and now I'm keeping you accountable to actually execute it. And we're watching your revenue also to see how much it goes up and the leads go up. I mean, let's be honest, that's an easier job than you used to do, and you're going to be paid 5 times as much for it. The age of AI has made things incredibly possible for you that just weren't possible before. And if you have a victim mindset about this, I think the writing's on the wall. There's no reason to have a victim mindset for it. You've got an incredible opportunity that you never had before, and you don't have to do all that work that you were tired of doing. Plus, you get to build relationships with business owners and be their AI partner. By the way, if you don't know anything about AI or ignoring AI, why would I ever hire you? That's like a mathematician saying, I don't use calculators. Well, if you don't do very complex math, or you don't do calculators, I'm trying to get to Mars here. So I need somebody who's engaged in this. What does StoryBrand Coach certification look like? We know that your clients are looking for somebody who's certified. Up to 70% of clients are looking for a marketing coach who is actually certified in something. They don't want you winging it. So it is $11,500 if you pay in full. That's a $2,000 savings. Or $2,500 for your first month, and $1,000 a month after that. Our StoryBrand certified coaches make their money back in less than 50 days. That's the total investment, the $11,500 investment. They're making profit off of that in an average of less than 50 days. You got to figure 20, 30% are taking a long time because, you know, they got rich somehow and they don't need the money, so they're just kind of getting certified for the sake of it. My guess is if you actually apply yourself, you're going to make your money back in the first month. If you want to be a StoryBrand certified coach, scan the QR code. We want to have a conversation about the type of marketing business that you're trying to build, what sort of products you actually sell. And then we have certifications that are coming up, and you can join one of those cohorts. We already have about 600 StoryBrand certified coaches. We have a very high retention rate. They're all making great money. In the age of StoryBrand.ai, they're starting to make affiliate money that's paying their mortgage and paying their overhead. It really is a fantastic opportunity for you. So if you want to know more, just scan the QR code and we'll tell you about the next training available for you. Listen, the overall point is do not be afraid of artificial intelligence. It can actually help you do your work faster. It's what people are looking for. And if you position yourself as a strategist, you get to think a little bit more about what sort of marketing your clients are creating, and you don't actually have to do as much of it. So less hours, more value, more revenue for you, and better return for your clients. StoryBrand is going to help you get there. Just scan the QR code, become StoryBrand certified as fast as you can, and we'll see you soon.